Do you find that when you go on a trip, you spend a lot of time planning? I sure do. So my husband and I are away right now. We are in Palm Desert. And um, it got me thinking that whenever we go on a trip, I spend lots of time planning. I spend time figuring out how we're going to get there, booking flight, booking train, booking our route, if we're going to drive there, what time are we going to leave, should we try to get on time to avoid the traffic. So when we left from Vancouver to come here, we needed to plan so that we would not arrive in Seattle in the morning traffic. Right? So you plan for your route and for the time that you're going to leave, for those schedules. And then we read a whole bunch of blogs and a whole bunch of reviews online on hotels en route. We planned the itinerary. We decided how many hours we wanted to drive each day and how many days would we take to get all the way here. And as we're going through the trip, we realized that it was great that we had planned because we knew where to go, right? It's a bit of the same thing when you book a goal for yourself. So when you book a goal for your life, let's say that you want to open your business, or you want to become an entrepreneur, or you are an entrepreneur, you have your own business and you want to reach a certain amount. Do you spend the same amount of time planning your business than you would spend planning for a trip? Do you go study online? What competitors are you going to meet along the way? How long is it going to take you to get there? Do you look at reviews online on your market, on your industry that you're in? Do you spend a lot of time, like we did when we rented a house here? So we've read so many reviews before choosing the place that we would rent. So do you read reviews on your market and on your business? Where are you going to find your customers? Where do they hang out? Or what is your goal? So what are you going to do? Let's say that you just want to lose 10 pounds. What are you going to do to get there? How long do you want it to take? Do you want it to take? When do you want to have lost these pounds? And what are all the steps you're going to take? And once you start your journey, then you don't try to lose 10 pounds on the first day. And when you are starting your business, you're not trying to make 6 figures on the first week. So you want to go one step at a time. And that's what we did. So I'll show you a bit of the pictures that I took along the way. So we went through many different cities. And when we started, all we wanted is to reach Portland. So I think this one is in Portland. And then after that, we drove a little further because Portland is about 4 hours away. And driving 24 hours in order to get to Palm Desert in one day was too much. So we thought we're going to do little chunks. And on the first day, we were planning on driving about 8 hours. So we didn't even plan for 8 hours. We thought, let's do 4 hours to start. So we went for 4 hours to Portland. And then we went to Eugene. And after that, from Eugene, we went to Medford. And that's where we slept on the first night, in Medford. Then on the next day, we went to Sacramento. We had lunch. And then from Sacramento, that's when we went to Bakersfield. And then we arrived after that through Los Angeles, through LA, and then we arrived in Palm Desert. So one step, one chunk at a time. There's no way we would have been able to do that in one day. So we had planned. So what are your stepping stones towards your business? So if you go to the end goal and then you backtrack and you say, okay, if we want to be in Palm Desert on March 1st, that means if we break it down at 3 days of 8 hours per day for 24 hours, that means we need to leave on the 27th or whatever is your goal. So decide what it is that will need to happen in order to get there, as opposed to work to make 100 grand on the first week, what will need to happen before you get there? So what are all the steps that you're going to break down? So I just thought I would share with you this analogy or simile, because it really got me thinking that I don't do enough of this in my own business. And yet I spent so much time planning for this trip. And if I spent maybe a little bit more time planning more of my business, the same way that I have the skill in order to do it, because I've done it for my trip, more likely the success would be easier. I really think so. So have fun planning your trips, have fun planning your life, your goals, your business, or whatever it is that you are planning. Get right into it and get specific and go one step at a time.